Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. If you have not guessed what I'm going to be reviewing, it is the PSP. And I'm actually reviewing the second model, the Slim. Let me start off by saying that this box does not go with my Slim. I bought my Slim in an Afghanistan pawn shop. It's worked for me ever since. It's been almost a year, and I really enjoy my PSP. So, let's get to it. Well, first of all, I'll show you the box here. Though this is for an original Fat, the Fat and the Slim do not differ really that much in the box. As you can see on the back, there is a lot of print and not so much advertising. On the side, it helps you remember that this is a UMD and memory stick powered device, requiring both to play a game, unless you're smart. Branding the Sony logo all over the place. On the front, it shows you exactly what it looks like from behind, or not the front, but the back. It shows you what the PSP looks like in the back. Inside here, you have your barcode. All these codes are used for registration and repairs and shipping. And on the top, you can see what the PSP looks like. Well, that's the bottom, but I guess they didn't include a top. Well, this is what it looks like from the bottom, and I don't really know why you would need to see anything else. So, in the box comes the usual manuals and things like that. Nothing really overly exciting. So let's have a look at the PSP. I have the PSP Slim God of War Edition. This is a great device. Great device. And you may have seen me hack it already. If you would like to see my hacked videos, you can refer to them. I do not use this online, and I don't cheat the system or steal games. All the games that are on this, I actually own them. And the God of War Edition features old boy right there, Spartan, Mr. God of War, Kratos is his name. I just like to call him that because he's so overly enthusiastic about being a god. And that is cosmetically the only difference within the rad confines and the buttons not being clear. Besides that, this is exactly the same as a black PSP. Now, on its debut, the only color available was piano black, and this is a matte gloss red, so it won't pick up on fingerprints. I hate fingerprints. And as you can see, it's seen some wear and tear, yes, but that's only because it saw some wear and tear when I received it. As I've been playing it, the right side here is kind of losing its paint job, chipping away, and that's just what happens. But on the back here, you can see the little ring here, metal ring, purely cosmetic, and PSP in the center to show this is where you put your UMD. Kratos' face is over here on top of the battery pack. If you pop this open, you can pull the battery out, which is necessary for hacking the PSP, so get to know your PSP if you're thinking about hacking. From the side, you can see your memory stick's location. You just tear it like that a little bit, or you probably won't break it, but I went and handled it roughly, and the memory stick pops out. Right here you can see I have a 4 GB, but a 1 GB will do just fine if you're looking to save a lot of games. If you're looking to hack it, you probably want 4 to 8 GB. On the other side here is the power button and the reset button and the hold button, which I've never really understood how to turn it off exactly. I just take a stab at it every time I play it, honestly. And here's a metal piece right here. I forgot to mention on the left backside, I'll just transition in the underside here. You can see the barcode, which shows you that this is your PSP, which is a problem because this will wear off because your fingers will be rubbing it all the time. And you can see the external port here with headphones as well. Over here you can see your little loop to put anything you want in, a hook on it, a little thing. But I wouldn't do that too much because I wouldn't want this hanging off my belt and smacking into things because this big screen would get broken. And here's your AC port. It also tells you exactly how many volts. Where the DS was 2 volts, this is 5 volts. Because of all the moving parts, it needs more power. While the DS Lite's battery life may be about 18 hours, give or take, this is only 2. Mine's actually 6 hours because I have an extended battery, but the normal one is, the fat one is only 2 while you're playing the UMD. This is mainly because of the moving parts. Here you can see the UMD slot on top is held by 2 metal prongs and 1 metal prong in the middle. The UMD locks in right there and is read by the eye down here and the disc right here. It would pay to clean this every so often, so if you could possibly purchase a cleaner or you knew what you were doing, it would be a good idea. You want to keep that shut as often as you can and try to not get it stuck on anything. Up top here you can see 2 little holes where you can lock in add-ons like the PlayStation Eye camera or anything else that was introduced. Here is the USB connector. You can hook this up into your computer. However, it does not automatically charge when hooked up to the computer. You actually have to have at least 1% battery life so you can actually turn it on and then hook it up. It cannot charge while it's off through the USB, but it can charge through the USB. You can also access your PSP itself through the USB, or take your card out and put it in a card reader, or if your computer came with the parts needed to read a not an SD card, but I can't think of the name. You saw the card, that card. Also, there is a wireless LAN button. If you happen to not be using the internet, you can cut it off and keep your PSP from searching, or if there's no internet available, you can cut it off and save battery life. As you can see, this is a nice red design, but it also comes in white, blue, and several other designs. Special editions consist of Star Wars, God of War, Madden, Ratchet and Clank, and several other editions have been released, such as the Metal Gear Solid, which features a nice aqua green. It's very, very cool stuff that they've allowed. If you're looking to get a new one, you might want to look into those, because you might as well get a cool one because you're buying the system anyways. So, on the front here you can see a regular D-pad, and you can see your stereo out. This does do full stereo and full stereo through the headphones. There is a home button, a volume up, volume down, and a PSP logo on the front just in case you forget what you're playing. There's a Sony word right there just in case you forget who made this, and a PlayStation logo just in case you forgot what these two meant. There's also a screen changer for movie formats and a music button for quick music access. There is start and select down here, which are not as oftenly used as you might think. And your big screen, which is naturally a bit larger than the DS. Split hairs on that, doesn't matter to me. It's triangle, square, circle, and X. And there's a joystick on it, which works out. If your PSP has been off for a while, you would get a nice startup screen here. You can actually enter in anything you would like. but if your wireless internet is off also, it will not automatically update. So from here, this is not the original startup screen. You can put your own homebrew background in and different stuff if you get online and ask things. So we'll just have a look at the menu here. For starters, if you have an older version of the PSP which has not been updated, this will not be available, but you can access the PlayStation Store and the PlayStation Network, and you can see information board too. Under Network, you can see the location free player, you can Skype, you can hit remote play, internet radio, RSS channel, and the web browser, as well as internet search. The internet on this is not bad, but you definitely want a touch screen for that aspect because of the keyboard. Under game, you can share a game if your game actually has game sharing capabilities, save data, and you can access the memory stick. I'll return to this and hit on it a bit more. Under video, you can look at your memory stick as well and put videos on here in certain formats. Do take note that there are UMD videos that you can play, such as Kill Bill, Sin City, things like that, and you can watch movies on this without putting them on your PSP as well. There's also music. With certain formats, you can listen to your music on here, as well as the ability to use your camera if you have a PlayStation camera, and you can see photos if you would like to put them on here. As you can see, I don't have any images. This also syncs to your PS3, so if you would like to do anything with it or use it as a controller, you do have the possibility of doing that. There's network update, USB connection, as I was telling you about earlier, video settings, photo settings, system settings, and under system settings, if you're curious about your PSP, you can see an about screen here, and system information. Now mine is 5.50 generation D full, but at any point in time you can restore the default settings. You can format your memory from here. You can see your battery, see how much power you have, and you can turn different things on like auto starts and auto connects. Under theme settings, you can download custom themes or use your own, or just go with the standard. And if you don't have a theme, you can change the background and the color as well. Date, time, and settings. At any point in time, if the time is wrong and the date is wrong, you can go in there and change that. You can also mess with the power save settings. You can also mess with your connection. This does have the capacity to connect and display on TVs up to 720 if you have the right cables and TV, which I do. And under sound and settings and security, RSS channel feed, and network settings. So let's look at game. If you're smart enough, you can put your own games on here. As you can see, I have the Super Nintendo, the NES, but once more, it is illegal to do this if you don't own the games. So guys, this is Protomario, and I'm signing out. I hope this review helped you decide whether or not you're going to get a PSP.